Hello everyone, my name is MrNJersey and welcome to my channel. In this video we are back with the 109th episode of the Top 5 Weekly. Now for those of you that are new here, in this series I take a look at the most popular workshop creations on Steam, analyze each one of the creations, I discover their features and finally I test them out here in the world of Stormworks. But before we get started, if you are enjoying my videos, don't forget the like and subscribe button, and while you're watching let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So as all said, let's get straight into it and get started with this episode. And starting off with the first creation of the episode, we have the ES01 EV scooter. Of course, this is an electrical scooter here in Stormworks and looks quite compact from the pictures that I can see on the workshop. Now, yeah, apparently when you sit in it, it will stabilize itself, which is obviously the biggest thing with a scooter here in Stormworks. So very interested to see how this one works. So let's go and spawn in and see how it drives. And spawning in the creation, this is really nice. I like how small it is. It's very little and compact, 3 blocks wide, and I'm guessing probably about 9 or 10 blocks long. So it looks like we've got a wheel here in the front. Obviously, I'm guessing that's not powered at all. Then we have another wheel over here, but that also looks like it's not powered. So very interesting. It might be some funny things going on inside there. I do see the pivots in there, so I'm guessing that's for stabilization. I just don't know what he's using for thrust. But yeah, still very interesting. You can see there's not actually anything connected to that electrical engine. And we've got some pipes here that looks like obviously XML pieces over there. So there must be something hiding in somewhere inside here. And there must be a battery, of course, hiding in here. But it looks really cool. I really like it. Let's get the start key on and then we can sit in here and apparently it balances. There we go. Okay, so it looks like it's using those pivots there to balance it. Okay, parking brake off, we can get our light on or off in the front. Acceleration, steering. Okay, so it actually uses the pivots for steering. Let's go forward. So yeah, fully electric, you can't really hear anything. Turning. Yeah, it actually turns pretty well. It seems like it's driving pretty well too. Yeah, this is really cool. It's weird not to hear anything. But yeah, it's driving perfectly fine. I don't know what our top speed is. We're not doing too badly, to be honest. Imagine a bunch of these just running around on the islands. It's really cool. The only thing I can think of is possibly that he's using maybe a pivot and maybe a wheel to do the propulsion. I could be wrong. But yeah, it handles really well. You can see that. I'm just going to go over this little piece here. Yep. Let's try and do a little bit of off-roading. Oops. Yeah, and you can see there, it just pretty much, it flipped, but then it kept really nice and stable. Let's try a little bit of off-road here. Yeah, it does really well. Cool. What a nice little cool creation. Really pretty cool. Let's go ahead, let's move on to the next one for the episode. And moving on to the next creation for the episode, we have the SE2 self-loading cargo car. And now this is really cool. I obviously love anything that kind of automates, kind of like survival series or anything. So this is really cool. I think it looks absolutely amazing from what I've seen on the workshop. So yeah, let's just go spawn in and see how it works in Stormworks. And spawning in the next creation, this thing looks really cool. I love the paint scheme with this like maroon red. We've also got the yellow here. It's really nice. It seems like there's a lot of attention to detail with even like a little rust there. We've got little signs going along there. Just overall looks really nice. I love the design of this. Man, looks good. So this is obviously a self-loading cargo container. So if I'm correct, these things will drop off and then you can load your car, drive it out, load your cargo, then drive it back and load it back up on here. Obviously we did a very similar thing, obviously not exactly like this, and this is way more advanced than our one because ours was for survival series. But it's a really cool design. It looks absolutely beautiful. Now let's explore it and let's understand what's actually going on, how this thing works. So we've got a release here for obviously going to carry more things here. We've got a winch here, in, out, manual. I've got some seats here and we've got the helm. So the helm is to control this contraption, which we'll use to pick up some cargo in a few secs. Looks like we've got electrical cables, so I'm guessing that's the winch that we're talking about. We've got the helm here, top connectors, and then I think we've got exactly the same on this side. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, cool. So let's see how this thing works. So we're going to jump on here into the helm, and we've got disconnect and wide mode. We've got top connectors and battery. So let's do disconnect. Ooh. So it goes and spins us, drops us, and I'm guessing we can drive. Yeah, we can. Look at that. Okay, so then we just drive this thing. It's quick. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go into wide mode, which should allow us then to lift up some cargo. So we're going to go all the way here. You hear that winch still going behind us. So we're going to go forwards, forwards. Cool, so that looks good. We're going to get top connectors on. I'm going to get top connectors on. That should connect. Yes, it has. It's gone and lifted. So you can see that now. And we can do wide mode disable. And yeah, look at that. That's awesome. So now we should be able to just drive, and you can see there's actually, oh, that's cool. There's arrows on top and there's arrows over there, so you can actually line this thing up. That is cool. You know exactly where you need to go. So we're going to go in here, try and line it up. There we go. We're lined up. And we just went and folded away. That is awesome. And this thing is obviously winching in and out by itself. That is really cool. I want to do the next one now. So let's go home. Let's do disconnect. Really smart idea. I like how just everything is incorporated into each other. You don't really have to worry about anything. We're going to get wide mode on. We're going to come and just lift up here. It's really quick too. Quicker than anything we could have done in the survival series. Cool, so we're up now. We can get that on. We can get that on. Connected. Wide mode off. Into reverse. Then let's go and go forwards here. Try and get ourselves connected. Once again, we've got the arrows for us to go and get lined up with perfectly. I like to use tracks too. It makes them much easier to drive. Okay, green lights lined up. Almost. There we go. Jump off. That is awesome. And then now, that should go and connect in a few seconds too. And then yeah, you can have a few of these and you just take your train and you head off. So very, very smart idea. I like the color scheme. Man, this looks good. Really good job on this one. Let's go ahead, let's move on to the next one for the episode. And moving on to the next creation, we have the MrR5 modular helicopter. Another creation done by Logs, and this thing looks absolutely awesome and impressive. Now, he's actually built a ton of different modules that you can go and attach to the helicopter. From firefighting, to cargo, to inhabitants, to passengers, to bombs, to missiles, to all these different kind of modules. So you can adapt this helicopter to whatever you need. Now, very impressive top speed, around 220 knots. Range over about 1,000 kilometers, which is also really cool. And apparently you can lift quite a lot too. So very interested to try this one out. So let's go and spawn it in. Alrighty, and spawning in the creation, this looks really nice. I love the front of this cockpit area and how it goes, and oh man, that looks really cool. I like how he's obviously used these extra pieces here just to make it look like it continues all the way through. But man, that looks nice. So let's have a look around. So we've got a connector here in the front. We've got a spotlight. We've got some sensors over there. Obviously the cabin to get in. It looks like a refueling probe here on the side. Okay, so that would be for like mid-air refueling. Recharging, refueling, some flares, spotlights that are angled. Really nice. Got some of the landing gear. Looks like we've got a radiator for cooling, some more spotlights and things, also angled. And then here at the back looks like, yeah, some fans inside there. Looks really cool. Really nice. Okay, what underneath here? So here's the container part. So this is where you would go and connect your containers. So you can use other modules, you could use regular containers, and you can connect them over there. We're going to be checking out that module in a few minutes, but I'll tell you about that later on. Looks like we also got a maggle here, some more ropes and stuff, and then a way to get in. Okay, a big winch also. Let's go and jump inside here. So I'm going to close the door, and let's see. So first off, we're presented with a whole bunch of equipment, pretty much everything you can ever imagine. We also got a key for the container, some seats, and nice way to sit down, and then we've got the actual pilot seat and co-pilot seat, with a bunch of controls and things, and more controls up here. So if you guys want to obviously learn how to use this, definitely recommend checking out his video guide, which obviously says everything you need to know about this creation. Let's go through and let's get it started up. So we've got cockpit systems, we've got beautiful systems from logs as we usually see, all nicely detailed. Let's check out this one. So maps, sonar, radar, camera at the back of the helicopter, and nothing at the moment. So I'm guessing the last one is possibly for one of the modules. Cool, so we got that on. We've got a few other things here. We've got some alarms, some nav lights and things we can turn on. Enable nose steering if we want to. Got some cockpit lights that we can get on. We've got red ones, floodlights, external lights, winches, illumination flares. There's also a container pickup mode, so we'll probably try that out. It looks like so it puts lasers down just to help you with obviously using it, which is quite useful. So we'll do that. We'll get that on later on, I think. Altitude hold, beacons, okay. Cool, and then over here, rotor blade, clutch, kill switch, fuel valve, compressor, and then we got landing gear stuff. Decrease, increase the speed of the fan for moving if you want to move. And then it also looks like it's fully remote controllable, which is pretty cool too. So you don't even need to be in here. You could just be on the ground directing this to wherever you need it to be. So that's really cool too. Cool, so rotor, there we go. And we need to get the rotor clutch, which means the rotors are going to spin. Beautiful coaxial rotors. Cool, so we've got it up and running now, so we can just go and rotate ourselves now. We could go and actually hover over that and use the actual part here where you can go and use container pickup mode. Or what you could also do is, if I'm correct, there's an option for nose wheel steering somewhere that you can go and actually throw on. I remember seeing it somewhere, so enable nose steering, there we go, cool. So we should be able to, if I'm correct, go and do something like that. And then we could just go and bring it backwards. So it just uses WSAD, so it's very simple to go and line up something like that, for example. So let's just go and stop ourselves here and see if we can then bring ourselves back. Okay, so that looks almost cool. I'm going to try and just bring it nice and back here. In line, there we go. So that looks more or less like we're in line. Try and go back a little bit more. See if we can get it over. There we go. Let's get our brakes on while we're here. So landing gear brakes are on. We're going to disable WSAD. And then over here, we should be able to go and get key switch on, and we can then connect the container and then tell that we want it on. Cool. So you can hear it just got connected, which is really cool. Now we're going to check out that module in a few seconds. I just want to see how this thing flies first. So we're going to get altitude up. Let's do about 400, and let's get a waypoint. I think I've got a random waypoint in. Cool, I do. So let's try the altitude hold mode and see how that works. Yeah, really nice and smooth. Slowly goes up, doesn't jolt you up and jolt you down, which is really cool. That's a nice helicopter. Okay, I think altitude, what are we currently at right now? 80. Okay, so it's got in meters. So I'll probably change that to about 200 meters instead of 400. So we're at 100 now. So that looks pretty much good. Okay, cool. Let's throw on our autopilot 2. There we go. Now it's on. And you can see it's beautifully nice, just banking on the side there. And yeah, it just looks like it's a really nice thing to fly. We can play with the fan speed if we want to. Okay, so let's have a look at the module. Now the module that I've actually got and attached here is actually the Bombay module. And you can see he's done a beautiful job with the detail. Now apparently this thing contains 24 bombs. So we're going to test it, of course. You guys know me. I will test it and see how this thing is working. So I'm just going to go and set a nice long waypoint out here, like so. And that should be fine for us. And now we can jump out, come in here, and there's actually a module that you need to pick up. So we're going to go and grab it. Oops, if I can. There we go. It could be because we're flying so fast that's why it's being so difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go and turn our autopilot off. There we go. Okay, and it should make it much easier for us now to actually go and disconnect this. There we go. That was much easier in comparison to what it was like earlier. So we can do that, and let's see if we can drag it into our little area in here. Perfect. And then what you do is, if I'm correct, you can go and attach it over here. So we just go and bring it like that, bring it up, bring it down, something like that. There we go. So now this is attached. So this module can now work. So this is something really cool. So we can go jump back into the seat. And now we've got this whole module set up and ready to go. We've got arm bombs, bomb bay door, and then we literally drop a single bomb and then drop everything that we wanted to drop. Let's go over some land. How about that? So we're going to go over to there. Why not? Let's enter that in the waypoint. Let's tell it to go there. Okay, cool. So now it's going to fly over to that waypoint. So let's get the bomb bay doors open. So look at that. You want to kill the server? That's how you kill a server. That just looks like a ton of flares. I could be wrong. Let's start dropping them. So we're going to let's drop a single bomb. Did I drop it? Oh, there we go. There it goes. That's a single bomb. So it's just a bunch of flares that literally just fire off as soon as it hits the ground. So let's try and drop all of them. Oh, this is going to be bad, I think. We can also take the autopilot off and we should be able to fly ourselves. Now we should be dropping... Did I say drop? Hold to drop payload. So we should just be dropping... Oh my word. Yep, we're literally just dropping all the bombs. Oh my word. Bombs everywhere. Wow. I was surprised. I thought this would have made it lag much more, but it actually is running really smoothly. Like, that's perfectly fine. You just look at behind us. Oh my word. So, yeah, what an awesome creation. I love the idea of having these modules and also this little panel here that you can obviously pull in and pull out whenever you need to, depending on what module you're using. It's a really, really smart idea. So, lovely helicopter. Definitely recommend you guys go and check this out. Play around with the modules. Just don't use those flares on a multiplayer server. But yeah, really, really cool. Let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next one for the episode. And moving on to the next creation, we have the Kamov KA-50. This is a realistic and laser-guided rockets attached to this helicopter. Looks really cool from the workshop page. Looks like it's very simple in terms of setup and flying and everything else on there. So obviously we'll find out. So let's go and spawn it and see how it flies here in Stormworks. And spawning in the creation, a really beautiful looking helicopter. I like the paint scheme that they're going for here. Really cool. Now you can see obviously the big laser gun and missiles on either side. There's 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them. Looks like we've also got a winch and a gimbal camera and then some lasers and detectors and things on the front. And that's big, beautiful coaxial rotor. Jet engines on the side. Looks like some flares too. Just overall really pretty nice and smooth and clean. Nice. Let's go and check it and see how this thing flies. So cockpit, we even get a little little staircase. Yeah, that's nice. Into the cockpit pilot seat, and behind us looks like some equipment. Yep. And then we've got a ton of different controls and things. Okay. Some more up here too. Okay, so what have we got? So battery systems, we got lights. Cool. We've got a alarm so we can silence that. We've got a throttle lever, starting up list. Pretty straightforward there. Laser lock-on stuff. Okay, we've also got pylons. We've got starters, rotor brakes, avionics. Let's get avionics. Maybe just now. Abris, okay, and also have a mode. We've got alt hold, heading hold, ejection seat, stabilize, and follow waypoint. Okay, so let's do engine 1. Let's get that up and running. Wait for it to get to 0.5. And they combust. Next one. 0.5, wait for it to combust. Then you have a rotor brake. I'm going to get our throttle up in a few seconds, I think. There we go. So throttle up. Rotor brake off. Power to generators. Avionics. Cool, so pretty much lined up there, and I think that's what he's wanted us to do. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so that's all up and running. So it looks like we're pretty much flying. I guess we can go up, can't we? Yep, there we go. We can go fly up. Nice and easy there. Landing gear. Wheel. Okay, landing gear. Okay, so that gets folded away. Nice and out the way there. Looks like a little gun there too. It's pretty nice too. Cool. Okay, and then we have, as I said, alt hold, heading hold, and eject. And we've also got a stabilizer. So I should just go and stabilize us there. Okay, that's pretty nice. Then we can just go and lift ourselves up left and right and wherever we want. We'll try and see if we can do some missiles on that little town there and see how it does. Now, the creator did say, I think on the workshop, saying that if you are using missiles, make sure you get to quite a high altitude. Now, I don't know what a high altitude would mean. 100 meters, 200, 500, 600. I don't know. I'm thinking this would be more or less okay. I think I also want to back off a little. I think we're a little bit too close. So we're going to try and back off. Now, while I'm doing that, there's a camera here. And yeah, so that's controlled by this setting over here. We've also got laser, lock on, and then we've got zoom in and out. Okay, cool. So we should be fine here. Let's see if we can go up a little bit in our altitude. Now, I guess we could get the altitude hold system on, couldn't we? 200 and alt hold. There you go. What's this, by the way? Abris. BIOS flash memory, okay. Wait for that to, I'm guessing it's loading. Yep, okay. Read complete, okay. Okay, so we've got some targeting stuff. Okay, cool. Let's go and get ourselves lined up here. So camera up. And let's go and point ourselves at that town. Cool, so something like that. And let's do zoom in. Okay, and then maybe up. A little bit down. There we go. A little bit zoomed in. And maybe a little bit to the left. A little more to the left. A little more to the left. That's almost spot on. Let's do lock on that tower. Okay, so it's now locked on that tower. Let's do toggle laser. So, okay, so apparently the thing is an infrared laser. Okay, cool. And then in theory, we can just fire these. Shall we try? I think so. Fire one. Okay. Look at that. That's almost spot on. Okay, it just dropped a little bit short. Yeah, it hit the house. It hit the house just down there below there. So if we go down, it literally hit the house. I think it didn't have enough range. So let's see if we can hit, let's do a little just before the beach there. So let's try that. So we're going to do lock on, toggle laser. Alright, so we should be hitting that point there. There goes the missile. And that's cool. That is spot on. Now, one thing I do want to try is see if this thing can actually make turns. So if you do camera right, let's say I want to hit there, which is quite to the right there. Let's see. So fire 3. Oh wow, yeah, it did too. So it should be coming into our view. There it goes there. Oh, spot on. Really cool creation. I like the missiles and how easy they are to use. Might as well fire 4 while we're at it. And you guys can see how it turned there. So yeah, spot on with the missiles. Great job. They don't have that long range to them, but I don't think you need them, to be honest. Beautiful helicopter. Really cool. It's fun to play with too. Let's go and move on to the next one for the episode. And moving on to the last creation of the episode, we have the Fokker F Villa Alaskan. Obviously a plane by Thales, so it's going to be really cool. Now this thing has quite a lot of features on it. Obviously it's an Arctic version or Antarctic version of the actual plane. Arctic, he said, Expedition 1, and it looks really cool. A lot of features on it: portable equipment, diesel generator, there's diesel tank, there's heaters, pumps, there's a fuel cart, there's all these kind of cool things inside here. So very interested and keen to find out what's hiding inside here. So let's just go and spawn in and see how it flies. And spawning in the plane, man, that looks beautiful. Beautiful design to it. Nice big nose there in the front, goes all the way through to the back. He's done a great job. Paint scheme also really cool. Yeah, just overall nice looking plane. You can see here's the equipment. So we've got the portable generator. It looks like a portable pump of sorts. We also have some equipment, heater. This would just be some regular equipment, and then we have the actual diesel. Nice, so you can refuel the plane and stuff. Really cool. Okay, it looks like we've got cargo door hatch. Obviously got radiators and stuff underneath here, some pumps and things. Got a service hatch. Ooh, I want to check out the service hatches. Okay, so what have we got inside here? So just some equipment. Okay, cool. Battery also inside there, so if you need to do any repair work you can. We've got a little hatch underneath here, so tie down the plane through this hatch in a storm. Ooh, really got some nice things to this. Big, ooh, big door for cargo and stuff. So if you want to get obviously this equipment inside in there, I don't know how you would possibly get that in there. I'm guessing maybe a rope or something. Yeah, you can use one of these magles and you can pull the equipment, I'm guessing. through there. Man, it looks beautiful. Look at that. Really pretty cool. Let's see if we can try and get some cargo in here. So we've got the winch here. It's got the mag all connected. So there's magles on the floor. This is the winch. The winch down. I'm guessing you can connect it over to that. Let's do that. Let's grab that. See if we can pull it here and connect it to that. I don't think you're meant to put this in here, but we're gonna try. Why not? There we go. And let's see if we can do winch up. Theory, if we hold that, we should be able to get it just about right. Look at that. That was so easy. So easy. Winch up, and let's disconnect it. Cool. And then I'm guessing we could just push it along here like that, and then turn on one of the magles. There we go. And that generator's not going anywhere. So that's really cool. We've got a light in here. We've got a little hatch with some equipment, a crew rest area, which has got a little bed. I love how it slopes here at the back. That's really cool. Okay, let's get nice boarding door. Let's get this closed. So there we go. So that should now close that hatch, and we should be able to open this boarding door. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's go through here. It's actually, that's a little modular engine. Nice. Some equipment and things. Quick startup, magnetos, fuel selectors, engine brakes off. I don't think it's a magnet. Okay, cool. So we should be able to just get in here. So we've got pilot and co-pilot. Okay, cool. And as I said, there's a little car starting up. So magnetos on. We need first. We've got that on there. We also need fuel selector on. Fuel selector. Fuel selector. Behind me? No, it's escape hatch. Temperature. Fuel selector. There we go. And fuel selector. And we've got battery also. Cool. I like how so compact this is. Really pretty cool. Is that a little... it's just escape hatch. Okay, cool. So we've got that on. We got that on. 2. What else do we need? Power engine on. Okay, so that would probably be quite useful. There's actually a whole bunch of things underneath us. You can kind of see the engine and stuff underneath there. It's cool. It sounds nice too. Parking brake off, increase throttle, and then take off. Nice. Okay, so generators on, magnetos on. We got parking brake on. We can get that off. Got backlights. We got nav lights. We got landing lights. We can get on too. Cool. We've got altitude hold system, so we'll check that out in a few minutes. Let's do 300 meters, and let's do a waypoint of maybe the Arctic. That would probably be smart, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're flying here. Let's just go and get ourselves on the runway. Very easy to control, steering wise. You can also see he's got some skis on there for obviously up in the Arctic. I like how it's just rocking left and right. Obviously, I think that's the suspension that's doing that. But man, that looks cool. Let's get our throttle up a bit. Can also get a stabilizer on. The engine looks beautiful. I don't think they're using a modular engine. I think it's just a regular... yeah, it looks like just a regular aircraft engine in there. Okay, let's increase our throttle. I don't know how much runway we need. I'm hoping this is enough. Oh, wow. That was easily enough. That was so smooth. Get our stabilizer on. Wow, that was easy. Okay, well, let's get our altitude hold on. We're now going to fly up, and let's get our autopilot on. And we're now going to fly into that direction. Wow, that was so easy. Dome lights, and let's get landing lights off. And yeah, now you can just chill. Looks like fuel's lasting quite a long time too. Nice little clock in there, little escape hatch. RPM, quite nice, not low RPM. It's a beautiful plane. Really nice, I like that. It's done such a good job. Refueling over there on top of the wings. You can see the wings there. Actually, they actually must have fuel inside them. Yeah, they do. They do have fuel. Wow, cool. Beautiful plane, guys. Go check it out. Definitely recommend it. So realistic, sounds beautiful, flies beautifully, and this is so much fun for a career or just flying around the Arctic. Definitely recommend it. I'm actually going to throw this off. I just want to see how the plane actually handles just normally flying it. I need to get the stabilizer off too. And yeah, nice and easy to fly. You can do some nice pull up. There we go. just do some nice missions where you can just do some flying over islands and things. Yeah, really beautiful plane. Definitely go check it out. As always, guys, if you want to check out any of the creations that I've checked out in this episode, I do leave links in the video description below, so you can obviously go download them, play with them, go show some love to the creators that made all these beautiful things today. And hopefully you have enjoyed the video and found it so entertaining and informative as always. Definitely leave me a like and a subscribe if you did enjoy it, and maybe some comments below too. And until the next one, we will see you then.